We wanted to call this meeting to communicate to the public that Friday from 9 to 12, we're going to have our fourth or fifth Amnesty Day. I believe it's our second Amnesty Day for the public in general. And I want to emphasize that amnesty does not mean clemency or a free pass. However, what we are doing is we're providing an opportunity for folks who may be fearful to come to the courthouse and talk to us. And it's very possible that we'll reset the case. The case may end up, even after our review, we might determine it's something we don't want to prosecute, and we might end up dismissing it. But we want to make this opportunity available to the public so that folks can clear up old process that might be holding their driver's licenses, that might be preventing progress on other fronts in terms of moving on to the armed forces or getting into school. There are all sorts of collateral consequences that outstanding warrants and criminal process can cause. And we want folks to come down and simply talk to us. What is excluded is any criminal process that's been issued outside of the jurisdiction of Buncombe County, felonies, DWIs, and crimes that involve victims. So by and large, we're looking at misdemeanor possession of drugs, larceny, property crimes. But that being said, even if you're confused as to whether or not it's a misdemeanor or a felony, setting aside the more obvious serious felonies, we're still available to the public. Public can come on down, communicate with us. We are here to pledge that the language that was set out in the release last week included language, this is not a trap. And we wanted to get everybody together, Sheriff Miller, Interim Chief Wood with Asheville Police Department, our Public Defender Leann Melton, to communicate to the public that this is not a trap, this is an opportunity. And we hope to have a big turnout and people avail themselves of the chance to come down, talk to us. We'll take a close look again as to whether or not it's a kind of case that we're going to prosecute. And even if it is, you can leave the courthouse without fear of arrest. We'll reset your court date, and we'll put you on a path that will hopefully leave you in a better place. And that's the message from the District Attorney's Office. That's the message that I want to share with the public. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Sheriff Miller. I would like to say, before we do that, I really appreciate the support of Sheriff Miller, the Public Defender Leann Melton, Asheville Police Department, Wade Wood, the Justice Advisory Committee, Justice Resource Council, our judges in the courthouse, Superior Court judges and District Court judges, and our Clerk of Court. This is truly a wraparound, collaborative process. Everybody that I think has a stake in the justice system is interested in the success of this program. So with that, I'd like to introduce Sheriff Miller.
Well, again, good morning. The only thing I want to add to that is that I want to ensure that everyone knows that this is not a trap. This is an opportunity. And I want us to take advantage of the opportunity. And again, as you see, we all are here together. And we also, I talked about the community of we're starting. So now we need your help. Tell some of your friends that may, be in this situation. It is not a trap. I repeat it, it's not a trap, it's an opportunity. That's all. Would you like to say something, please, Steve?
Hi, good morning. I'm Leann Melton. I'm the Chief Public Defender for Buncombe County. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Williams, the District Attorney's Office, for offering this opportunity. There are numerous economic barriers in our criminal justice system, and I believe this is an opportunity for him to seek justice and to remove numerous economic barriers to individuals in the community. I also would like to reiterate, this is not a trap. The Public Defender's Office, I will be there as well, helping with individuals that want to take advantage of this program. Again, it's not a trap.
Sure. Thank you for inviting inviting me, District Attorney Williams and also Sheriff Miller and Leann. I am Wade Wood, Interim Chief with Asheville Police Department, and I just want to echo what my peers here have said. Certainly for the two largest law enforcement agencies in the region that have jurisdiction here, it is not a trap. We're supportive of the District Attorney's efforts and the partners to conduct the Amnesty Day, and certainly our officers will not be making arrests related to folks that are turning themselves in or coming to discuss issues with the District Attorney's Office. So we're fully in support of this effort. So thank you.
So, you know, if we've missed anything, we're available for questions.
Mentioned economic barriers.
Well, if someone is charged with a speeding ticket and they are ordered to pay fines and court costs, I believe, have gone up about 400% over the past number of years, and they're unable to pay that fine, then North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke that individual's driver's license, and there's no relief with the Department of Motor Vehicles if you don't have the ability to pay. So being able to waive these fines or court costs or dismiss charges can keep a snowballing effect from happening, because if I cannot imagine living in Asheville, in Buncombe County, and not being able to drive. Our transit system in the county is not very widespread. We do have the city bus system in the city, but it is a huge burden on an individual if they do not have the ability to have a driver's license and drive to go to work. If you drive and get charged with driving while license revoked, you may be placed under bail in the Buncombe County Jail. You may spend the night in jail, and then you lose your job, and then it just has a huge snowballing effect. And so I think this is a great opportunity to kind of remove some of those economic barriers to individuals in our community.
You know, while you're standing here, I would like to thank the Buncombe County media operation for assisting with getting the word out through a number of different means to communities that may not have cable television or subscription to the Citizen Times, by leafleting community centers and you know, putting it out on social media. So we really appreciate that collaborative effort as well.
Yeah, sorry. Familiar with Amnesty Day, just curious about what Leann kind of just explained. Why you started doing this, and you said this is the second public Amnesty Day.
Well, they've all been public. The first two or three were focused on veterans, and you know, I proposed it. I was inspired by a program that Brooklyn DA Kenneth Thompson started, I want to say, in 2014. He was elected in 2013. Did it in 2014. DA Thompson now has passed. He died in 2016 or 17. But anyway, that being said, he ran what was called a Begin Again kind of warrant recall program in Brooklyn. And you know, there's different criminal procedure in Brooklyn. Charges are filed by the DA's office. Charges are not filed by the DA's office here in North Carolina, but we do prosecute them. Once they are filed, we have a lot of discretion. The Veterans Treatment Court program is focused on felons. So I propose that as Veterans Treatment Court was inaugurated and was building momentum, that we do an Amnesty Day for vets, because vets have a lot of, you know, just like anyone else, they have a lot of obstacles, collateral issues that can retard their progress in life. And we did the first two or three, was focused on vets, and frankly, I don't want to it's never a good idea to put words in the judge's mouth, but I do, based on what response I saw from Judge Pope, he was extremely enthusiastic about it. And he asked that we do it again. And then we did it again, and then I asked that, we do it around Christmas time. I want to say that must have been Christmas 2016. And that was our first public one, and it's been 14 or 15 months since the last one. So that's sort of the evolution of it. I think it's fair and just to extend this opportunity to the broader public.
Mechanically, the charges will be dismissed.
Say that again.
Charges will be dismissed for people who come in and participate.
No, I mean that's a very likely outcome, but that's going to be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So the point is to come in to talk to us. We'll make an assessment as to whether or not it's a matter that needs to go back to court and be reset. But it would be incorrect to tell the public that come in and we will dismiss your case. That's a determination to be made. We will take a close look at your case to determine whether or not, in the interest of justice, the case requires prosecution.